welcome back to Anime Cult, episode 12. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Mike Martin, joined by Dodger and Indei as on the other side of the world, really. Hello.
Hello.
What was that? You were charging up? You like had a nice little pose going, Dodger.
Yeah,
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that? How's it feel to have a door?
It's incredible. I painted it bright green so that I can really celebrate it every day.
Every day you walk in there and you just remind yourself.
I love it, man. Having a door is different.
How long did you go without a door?
3 weeks, I think.
That's a lot.
In
That's
December.
A lot. In December,
And keep in mind,
dude.
this door led to the outside. It wasn't a door
Yes.
to the
Right.
hallway. It led to the outside. That is
Directly
insane.
outside. Mhm.
And you don't get bugs.
Well,
Apparently, my mother-in-law saw rats leaving
for
my
sure,
office
I
at one
bet.
point. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it got bad, guys.
they were like, oh, warmth in this giant open doorway? We'll make our way in and make ourselves a home. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome to having a door again. And hey,
Thank
it hasn't been
you.
6 months. We're still doing it. We still are not at 6 months since the last one.
That's true. Do you know that it's almost 2 years since we started this?
I don't want to, dude.
I feel
It's
like we
not-
just
listen.
started. I feel like it's like
You're
this is
lying.
episode 3.
Really?
No, 2024. Midway through 2024 is when
Yeah.
we started.
Time, man. It just, we do it when we have the time. That's
And
all.
we have like 12 episodes.
People really like it when we do put out an episode. So thanks for listening,
That's
everybody.
That's
That's
good.
Yeah. Time is doesn't exist, as I learned on psychedelics. So this episode, we are talking about Mob Psycho season 1. Indie's suggestion. So I'm going to place it in your hand, Indie. Why don't you give us what's the pitch of this show? What would you pitch this to somebody who's never heard it before?
I mean, it is a middle school comedy. I think it's one of the funniest anime I've ever seen. Maybe the funniest. It follows a little middle-aged boy named Mob, also known as Shigeo Kageyama, the most wholesome boy you'll ever meet, who's bad at basically everything: maths, gym, everything, and he can't talk. He's got no social skills, and it's the most sad thing to see. But he's also maybe the most powerful Esper of all time, with like immense psychic power. And that's the show. The antics
It is,
of
it's a
living through middle school with no skills whatsoever except these powers that he was told that he can't use on other humans or to be used to, be good at math or English or anything. And it's perfect. I think Dukes agreed with me. It's like in our top 5 anime of all time.
100%. It's one of my favorite anime
It's
ever.
just incredible. It was so good. I've watched season 1 like 4 times. Oh, this would be the
Oh, wow.
4th time. And then I still haven't seen season 3. So when we were
What?
going to originally do season 2, I'm like, all right, I'll rewatch season 2 and then I'll move into season 3. But I finished season 2, and then Dukes was like, "Sorry guys, I didn't lock in hard enough. I couldn't do season 2." So we'll get to that eventually. But
Bro, I
we
don't
will.
even remember us discussing doing season 2. So when
Yeah.
you were like, maybe we need a couple more days because I'm not done with season 2 yet, I was like, what?
Uh-oh.
because we were gonna do Lane, and we were like,
We did.
okay, Lane is the short one, and I'm like, okay,
Right.
Mob is the long one. I'm like,
Oh my
Mob is one
God.
episode less than Lane. Maybe
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
do season 2 as well to make it
Oh,
make sense.
Jeez, it's all flooding back to me.
There
Okay.
it is. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so this is like a favorite of two of the podcast members, but Mathas, this is your
it's
first time
excellent.
seeing it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
just-
loved it.
It's
I'm
incredible.
so
loved
glad
it.
you liked it.
It was up there with Dan to Dan for me. There's a lot of similarities to Dan to Dan. Which one came first? This came first, Mob
Mob
Psycho,
came
right?
first,
Mob.
2016
Yeah.
for season 1 it was. The art, immediately it was like, is this the One Punch guy? And it was One
It
Punch Man. It's like,
is.
yes,
a lot of
this is
little
the
One Punch references, like the little
Yeah, the part where
One
there's like
Punch on the
he's
comic.
reading a manga and it's like the One
Yeah.
Punch. Yeah. No,
So good.
I loved it. The action was so fucking kinetic and like
It's so good.
smooth, and the psychedelic like colors and psychic battle shit was phenomenal. There wasn't really like a slow moment through the whole show. They did a really good job at like pushing things kind of always forward. There's always an antagonist, and unlike some of the other anime we saw, like Dan to Dan, for instance, kind of ended abruptly. This didn't feel like it ended super abruptly for season 1 for me, which I really
feel
enjoyed.
like, no spoilers, but at the end of each season, you're like, oh, that could have been it, and that would have been perfect. But
Yeah,
they
they were like-
they do a really good job at ending each season. Just like you could just watch season 1 and be happy and not have to worry
Mhm.
about season 2. I wouldn't, because season 2 is amazing as well. But and I'm assuming season 3 is just as good. Dukes, yeah, she's giving a thumbs up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
I'm incredible. I'm glad that you like it. I thought that you would.
Yeah.
Did you watch it dub or sub?
I watched it dub, English dub.
Dub. The English Reagan and Mob are like perfect.
Yeah, I was going
Are
to say
they?
the
I've
one
never heard them.
They're so good. They are
they
so
do.
good.
I liked every English voice actor except for Teru's voice actor. Not that he did a bad job, but there always was felt like there was a tinge of like princess, like that kind of like slightly
that's kind of his character
cringy.
though.
And
Like,
it
he
is
was
kind
like
of his character. And I just maybe that's the reason I'm like,
a ladies' man.
I can't.
When
I
he gets
can't
the
do it.
tall hair, oh man,
Dude,
that
the
cracks
wig
me up.
is so fucking good. The Conehead wig is good. We're gonna get into spoilers, but yeah, I there were moments. I guess I'm kind of comparing it to Dan to Dan because it's the most recent kind of anime like this, and there are a lot of similarities to the characters and their power sets, and like them having to lose their minds to go full fucking superpower, and they have like a little buddy that they beat at one point who becomes a tiny little version of that buddy who
Dimple
hangs
is
out.
so good.
Yeah,
Dimple
I
is like
love
Yes.
Dimple is good.
so good.
Yeah, I really, really, really liked it. It really was perfectly paced. Season 1 was phenomenally paced. I don't know. Without just getting into the nitty gritty, 100% would recommend like go watch this.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so fun.
Not even a question.
And it's beautiful. I really like the sketchy kind of feel to the whole thing. Like immediately on
Mhm.
watching it, I'm like, there is like you could recognize the art as One Punch Man. And I apologize for not remembering his name.
The mangaka is just called One.
Okay.
And people, it's very divisive. The original art on both One Punch Man and Mob Psycho.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not polished at all.
No.
One is like the quintessential, you know what, I can't draw stuff perfect, but I have a story and I want to put it out there. So if you go to look at the original Mob Psycho art, a lot of people are like, you know.
Sure,
One
yeah.
Punch Man is a different thing because it started off as the webcomic by One, and then it got remade by a different artist. So they took the same story and then remade the manga with like much more dynamic art. But I think the way that they interpreted the original art into the Mob Psycho anime is so good because it does have some of the frames are literally like exact, you know,
Yeah, I can
for
tell
comic
some of them would
effect.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. The way that it sort of flows between different art styles or like utilizes color is just, I don't think I've seen anything else do it as perfectly as Mob Psycho does.
No, I agree. It's beautiful. Like it's just beautiful to look at, and it's interesting that like I didn't know that his art was considered. I have to go look at the original stuff. Like I didn't realize it was
You
considered bad,
should.
but that just tells you like it's interesting that he had his pacing and story and like these ideas overwrote where his weakness may be to the fact that he was able to find an audience and do all. So it reminds me a little bit of Akira Toriyama. He had a similar like people didn't like his art. He was like submitting art to like shonen magazines, if I remember correctly, and being turned down a lot. Till eventually took a kind of its own audience on. But yeah, fuck man, it is beautiful. I love the sketchy nature of it. I love the smooth movement, the combat. It's got flashes of inspiration. Like I haven't seen One Punch Man, so maybe it's similar to One Punch Man combat. I don't know.
No, it's
No? I don't
it's
think so,
different.
no.
No, okay.
It's different studios making it, but also One Punch Man is meant to be like a parody, you know, of
Yes,
like
yes.
Dragon Ball Z and all of these other like big shonen battle sort of things. Whereas this is very different. They're very, very different stories. So I'm glad that different teams did them, especially because of what's wound up happening with One Punch Man.
Yeah, I was
It
going to
has
say
not-
season
it
3
has not
of
been
One
done
Punch Man.
justice at all. So the
It's
fact that Mob
crazy.
Psycho got to be like completely finished with a lot of like love is so nice.
Is like 3 seasons wrap the story completely?
It's
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
cool. I
done.
like that though. I prefer something
It's
like that where
great.
you can just kind of there's a beginning, middle, and an end there.
Well, when you
Yeah.
don't have to build up your shonen character from 0 to 100 throughout like a whole series. He's just 100 at the start. Like he's as powerful as he's ever gonna get. So you can just have those
Yeah.
like those moments and those big explosions of like emotions that he has, and then the cool ass combat and like all that kind of stuff. You don't have to have this is season 2, the training arc where Mob has to build
Right.
on his
Right.
strength. It's like, oh man, like
His friends
Yeah.
are getting beat up and barely surviving, but he
Yeah,
needs another
yeah.
day in training before he can
Yeah,
go
he-
save them.
and he's doing like push-ups and stuff. He's just the weakest little boy that you would die for.
Yeah, it's great because you're right. It really is. At the end of the day, it's like core story elements are
Mhm.
like a slice of life coming of age story, but with a character who's insanely powerful.
Right. It's a
And
great.
so-
Yeah, go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah,
Oh,
I completely
fuck,
lost
I
track.
ruined everything. I was just gonna say, like, no, it does those story beats really well. Of like, obviously you can use the powers as an analogy to puberty, which they bring up in the show multiple times, just straight up. But also, it does slightly touch on that, like bottling your emotions never fucking works. And anytime you do, eventually that shit will come out, and you just don't have superpowers in real life when that happens. You just ruin your friendships and relationships. But like, the whole show does a really good job of and never taking itself seriously the whole time. Like there are serious moments, but for the most part, it's always willing to take the shit out of itself. And every villain is kind of hilarious.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the big claw of like the little gas mask villain.
Yeah, the gas
reveal
mask
of that,
villain,
yeah.
Dimple being like the first kind of like main one.
Oh, with the
not
lol
one.
cult. Yeah.
The low
Yes.
cult, yeah. It's oh god, that's right. What was the very first? It was the tunnel. That's why it reminded me of Dan to Dan
Yeah.
right away, because it was like a tunnel monster.
Yeah, the grandma.
It was
Yeah.
it was the gangsters who were
Yes.
trapped
Yeah,
in the
and
tunnel.
then the big monster at the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we could go through the characters and the plot a little bit. Out of all of the characters, like we asked last time, who was Mob your favorite? Was like he just
It's got to
Is
be
he
the
your
Body
favorite?
Improvement Club. The
Body
absolute
Improvement Club
goats.
is so
love
good.
them
They're so
so
wholesome.
much.
They're
love
just
them.
like
I
they're
wish
the
those
nicest
existed when
characters.
I was in middle
I
school and
know,
high
yeah.
school. Would have been like,
Like when he's
okay.
because Mob is so weak physically, and they have him, sprinting and doing like he can't even do a single push up, but the way they support him is just beautiful.
Yeah.
It is just, and it continues on through season 2 as well. Just them being like the most supportive people. Like they find no spoilers, but they find Mob just laying on the street, and they're like, "You shouldn't lay out on the street," and they pick him up and they all march home. It's so good. They're just like, the Body Improvement Club. I have a poster of them. I'm making a home gym, so I have a poster of them up on my wall in the gym.
That's
That's
such a
awesome.
Like
good
the
idea.
black and white of them running with like the veins and stuff. Yeah.
Cute.
So those are mine for sure.
Yeah, I'm around to the part in season 1 where he's like running it's like slightly after the halfway mark, and he falls, but he made progress. And as he gets
Yeah.
up and he is there, like, you did a great job. You're doing better. Maybe you are getting stronger. And I'm like, yeah, God,
And
I
when-
wish you were real.
When there's like that whole ploy to like set him up, and he gets kidnapped by the opposing school, and they just turn up and they have those shots of the lightning and going on in the background of them all standing around. Like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Everything about them, every scene with them is beautiful. I love them.
Yep.
Yeah. I think there are so many good characters in this, and it does feel like all of them are done justice,
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
also like that the moments when Mob does put himself out there to try and like do something new or meet somebody, or a lot of times it's a positive result. Like putting
Yes.
himself out there has a benefit to his life.
Yeah.
Which I think is like a nice message in a story that's about, being like a really awkward kid, I love Dimple. I think he's so funny.
Dimple is so
Yeah.
funny.
Since we're talking about characters, I did want to bring up, in case you guys didn't know, that Reagan has gotten second place in Tumblr Sexy Men contests many, many times.
Reagan is also,
The
one of the
people
goats.
love
He's
him.
arguably my favorite character in the
He's
show.
great.
So funny.
He starts out like, I mean, we can get into spoilers now of the show, but like episode 1,
course.
right out the gate, he just starts out as a sleazy, like paranormal investigator where I'm just like, God, I've talked about so many con men like you on Chilluminati. It's crazy. Only to be surprised by the end, obviously. But like him, and he's like employing Mob as like his 300 yen an hour exorcist kid where he gets recruited or he gets hired. Reagan gets hired to go exorcise ghosts from haunted places. And he tries his little tactics like throwing salt and whatnot. And when that doesn't work, he brings in his psychic trump card, young Mob, who comes in and just very easily starts just banishing ghosts and curses. And
Every
that's
time
basically
it
episode
popped
1.
up with, this is Reagan's special move, and it's just one of the most
Oh, dude,
bullshit
the
moves you've ever
narrator-
seen.
It's like
You need to go-
massage or salt or like.
The
I don't know
crystal
if
salt
I
rock.
gotta. You should listen to the English dub of the narrator whenever he does super moves. It's so
It's so
well
good.
done. The English narrator is extremely good for the
Awesome.
show. Episode 2 actually goes right into like exploring his middle school life with the telepathy club showing up pretty much right away with Tomei, who tries to recruit Mob, which at the end ends up with him joining or thinking about joining the body improvement club at the very end.
And then they just
Because-
let them have their office because that's the kind of people they are.
Yeah. They really, they needed one more person because otherwise their club was going to get like dissolved, right?
Yep.
And so they
That-
didn't get that last person. So the Body Improvement Club got the office. But yeah, they were like, we're not going to be exercising in here. You guys can just still use it. So
This is where they
It all
store
worked
their
out.
weights and their posters of themselves in the background.
And that montage of the telepathy club going through the school looking for their 4th member was great the whole time. The weird art, and every time the constant, that sounds creepy. That sounds creepy.
There's this one girl that says, no, I don't want to go up the stairs. And that one was real good. And they're like slowly turning into zombies the more they get denied. It was, it just so many cool artistic choices that I haven't read the manga, but I'm assuming carries
It's
on
fun.
from over there. Yeah. Like
it is fun. Yeah.
even when she's on the phone with Reagan and like she's telling Reagan that Mob has to do the after like the Esper, the club.
Oh
that
yeah,
in
when
the
they're
tele-
arguing about
yeah.
his job.
And it's like,
Yeah.
it's got the verses like them going back and forth on the screen of like arguing, and Reagan can smell bullshit through anything. So he's like, you're just using Mob because your club's going to shut down. And then she says the same thing. It's so good. It's like a tug of war.
He's when you're the king of being a bullshit artist, you can smell bullshit from a fucking mile away.
Because this has the jar episode where they try and con Mob.
Oh yes,
like with the jar, and then he turns up and he's like, "This is the,"
and he just is like, "Oh,
you scuffed my shirt." Yeah, that's mental damage. That's
you
1
cracked
million
my
yen.
clavicle. That's another million yen. Oh, your breath smells. That's another million yen. Yeah. Episode 3 was the Dimple introduction, though. That's right after the telepathy club stuff. Basically, on his way home, a woman in a smiling mask kind of like runs into him and promising to make him popular and leading him to an underground cult. LOL is the name of the cult, which serves a man with the power to force laughter and smiles. And this episode gave me, from what I know of One Punch Man energy of him just trying to make him laugh and him just standing there and nothing works no matter how hard Dimple tries. And then he just fucking obliterates Dimple. Pretty simple, straightforward episode.
The first time you see his 100% as well.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
good. Like,
There's
really
a
sets it
constant
up.
count up to him
throughout the episode.
raging out, I guess.
Yeah, it's just
letting the rage
any
consume him.
emotion getting let out. Like
He just gets
sadness,
overwhelmed,
anger,
yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Is this the first episode because they hint at something weird inside of Mob as well? Like there's something strange. Dimple like senses something strange, like an empty, vacuous coldness. And it's like this, I remember this like gray face that they show, or is that later on?
It's got like the scribbly art, like the black and white.
Yeah,
like,
the black and white art.
really
They kind of
dark.
hint at something
It could
else is
be,
kind of
yeah,
weird about him.
it's-
I don't know if they ever explored that in season 2 and 3. I imagine they
I think so.
will.
Yeah.
Episode 4, Turf War, is between the Salt Middle School and Black Vinegar Middle School, which is just great names, by the way.
Yeah.
This is
Yes.
They all have different like toppings and like salt and pepper. And...
Yeah.
This is the episode where Teru shows up. The other psychic, the first other psychic they show that's a human. Absolute polar opposite of Mob. Even calls himself the main character of his story during it. Blonde-haired kid who uses his powers for everything. Wooing the ladies, getting perfect grades, being great at sports. He just does it all. And when he learns that Mob is one, he basically just wants to fight him so he can beat him, because he realizes that if there are others like him, he isn't special anymore. I think is
and he wants
basically
an antagonist to his protagonist. He wants a villain to his hero. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember why Mob was there. I think the like head of the gang at their school is like, we need the body improvement club to help us beat these guys, right?
Terror, yeah.
And they love Mob. So if we kidnap Mob
It's-
and make it look like the other team kidnapped him, then the
Yeah,
body
it's
improvement
the-
club will show up.
It's the bully of Mob School,
Right.
who gets framed for the flutes
Pompadour
in the bag.
kid.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
He's got I forgot his name, but yeah,
too.
he sends him the little love note saying, I'm going to be at this school.
Oh,
I'm a
that's
girl.
right.
I
And,
forgot.
and Dimple's like, if he was a girl, he wouldn't have written "I'm a girl" on the note. But Mob falls for it anyway and goes. He's like, what if she really is into it? And
Yeah,
I
but
don't
what
turn
if she
up?
is a girl?
It's
I
so
love
good.
I forget, and I always forget it's a Japanese like thing of like the pompadour equals like delinquent.
It's
Like that
yeah,
forward, like
it's,
shoot forwardy haircut pompadour. It's like super far forward. Isn't that like,
it's considered to be like a delinquent hairstyle. Yeah.
is this, do people still have to get that haircut in fucking Japan? The pompadour? In real life?
Does it exist?
Just
There's a
tease the
Well,
character
shit
maybe
in
out
not
of
Hunter.
their
that
hair.
far forward, but maybe just like flip it. I don't know. Random question. I just didn't know. Anyway,
Yeah,
episode 4 ends with like him realizing that he's a psychic. Episode 5 picks up with the fight, and it's a gorgeous fucking psychic power fight.
It's
Holy
so
shit.
good.
This is the episode where I was just like locked in, just like, goddamn.
There's
the
moments
colors,
in
the
season 1
shapes.
that make you realize that this is something special, and this is the first, like one of the first ones. Yeah.
It's hard to describe too, like what this shit looks like, because it is just weird, a lot of weird shapes, a lot of reality shit, like tearing. Because at the end of their fight, like he knocks out, so they fight, he's trying to get Mob to use his psychic powers by using his psychic powers on Mob. Mob refuses because they flash back to an incident when he was young where his brother was being bullied and he got pushed against a wall and he like blacked out and used his powers to like kill. I don't know if they died, maybe seriously
I don't think
injured.
he killed anybody, but I think he
No,
like
but-
hurt other kids because he was trying to protect his brother and then promised that he would never use his powers against another person.
Yeah, and so he won't do it. He's just not doing it. And eventually it pisses off Teru to the point of not using his powers and physically strangling Mob, like just choking him out, which all the while there's this background counter that's going up, which we know when it hits 100, he kind of breaks and Mob just does his own thing. When he chokes him out,
Basically blacks out. Yeah.
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 And so when he chokes him out, he goes unconscious. Does that unconscious, gets up, the powers are basically in control, and he fucking obliterates him.
They
It's
do
like
the
blasts his
bait and
clothes
switch
off.
where they're like, and then nothing happened. Oh, well, that's what it seemed like, and then Mob fucking
That's right. I forgot the
explodes,
narrator
yeah.
went in there. And he like at that point too, during the fight, when he finally wakes up, Teru throws something sharp at him, a knife, or was it his sword, his like tie sword, and it
He
got
deflects
deflected.
it and cuts his hair.
Oh,
And it cut
he
the top
gets
of his
so
hair off, and
humiliated.
the way they kept the camera angle below the hairline for the first like couple seconds of his speech before they just like slam cut back and
They do a lot of the like the SpongeBob zoom ins of like
Yes.
super realistic. There's like a lot of cartoon kind of stuff going on in Mob that I really like.
It's
a
really
little-
well
yeah,
done.
They do, and the zoom in on his like half blue bald head, and then it zooms in on his hair, and it's just all little mobs of the little strands of hair. It's so good. And then his powers explode and strip him naked. So he's shaved on the top and they're naked, and then he gets flown into the air. And like all the other bullies kind of wake up and see what happened to Teru, their leader of the school, and they were like, "Yeah, no, screw this. We're not fighting Mob anymore." And then Teru's like, "You expect Teru to kind of be not the villain, but like the main antagonist of this. But as soon as he gets
the
beaten, he's
Gary
like,
to your
you know
red.
what? Yeah, you know what? You got me. Let's be friends."
Yeah. That's the realistic
Yeah.
outcome of that, man. If that
Yeah.
shit happened to me, I'd be like,
Oh.
yeah, you know what? fuck that shit ever
humiliated
again.
at school, like during school.
Yeah,
That's
no
like the
way
worst
would you
thing
be
that
like,
can
I'll
happen.
get you next time. Like,
Yeah.
No,
you
he
tap
literally
out for life.
dusted the entire school and created a crater and then rebuilt it with his powers.
Possibly.
that's what he-
Yeah, we don't really see
Or
that
what- or
school
did it
again.
Okay.
No,
'cause
because
the
he's
school's
pretty
sitting there
fucked up
afterward.
about it after.
Yeah.
He feels really terrible.
It's
'Cause
weird.
And he gets a
it's-
cold.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He gets a cold afterward. That brings us. That's the halfway point, basically. At that point, we're past halfway mark of season 1. After that, and then there's the episode after where there's rumors of a white tea poison, which
Maybe one of the
attracts-
coolest nicknames for a gang leader.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's one of my
White tea
favorite,
poison?
just like slight arcs, like background
Yeah.
arc is so
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
This
but
is-
before that as well, though, Ritsu is his younger brother is taken by somebody to an awakening lab where they're trying to like wake up inherent psychic abilities in him. And he leaves pretty disappointed and mad because it didn't really seem to work, except when he gets back home, he can see Dimple.
Yeah.
And that's
And
where
they-
that episode leaves off.
They tease a lot that Ritsu's going to be like the villain, and I'm glad they didn't go that way as well, because having
That's right.
his brother be like the big bad would also be kind of lame. I didn't like I just hated Mob being sad. But as soon as he sees his brother,
Yeah.
like in the next episode when he sees his brother beating up those other high school gang leaders, and you assume that he's going to be like, oh, like, what are you doing? But he's like, oh, you got your powers. I'm so proud of you. And he goes up and hugs him. And I'm like,
Dude,
man, like,
that's exactly how I felt too. In that moment, I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. Like, I'm like, Mob is just a
He
good
loves his
kid.
brother so much. Yeah. Even though Ritsu goes through a lot of, he has some ups and downs in the
Yeah.
second half of the
like
the
Ritz
season.
is the
but
polar opposite. Like, he's really good socially, good at school. He just doesn't have the psychic powers. And they're both like envious of each other for what
Mhm.
they don't have. And that's a really good.
Which is another great life lesson.
Yeah.
It's just how life is. I really did think I agree with you. I thought when Ritsu first showed up, he definitely gave me, I'm going to fix the world energy of being like, I'm doing, instead of saving it. I'm super glad that they didn't do the villain route with him because it felt too easy. It felt like the younger brother whose power showed up later, who's angry at the world and his brother was always better. It's too easy. So I'm glad they didn't do that as well. Teru also shows back up around this time. And
With a
he's
big
got
head.
cool
a
wig.
fucking fantastic wig that's like turns him into a cone head. I don't understand the choice.
And Mob's
Um,
like, he must have a really. Did his brain get bigger? And Dimple's like, that's a wig, idiot.
Oh, and Dimple is also now like possessing or working with Ritsu a little
Yeah,
bit.
because he wants to take
possesses
over
Ritsu,
Mob's body because he wants his
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
which is very Dan to Dan, evil ghost woman.
Yeah,
which
which-
they clearly snatched that from this in a weird way. And then Claw is also introduced around this time as
Mhm.
well. And a Claw agent,
The
Yusuke.
evil Espers.
Yes, the evil
The
Esper
adult
team.
Espers, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Claw agent Tarada attempts to execute a couple people for failing to capture Mob, but is himself captured by Mob and Taruki and forced to reveal Claw's plans. And at the 7th Division base, the imprisoned Ritsu, who got captured, and Awakened Lab children are terrorized by SCAR member Mudo, who uses hypnotism to fake the
Oh.
death of one child.
I forgot the two best characters, the little bullhead and the little cube head brothers.
Yeah, bald head and cube head brothers.
I
or
love
whatever
the
they are.
kids.
They're so
Yeah,
good.
I don't know if we said it, but like when Ritsu first goes to the awakening lab, he meets like a bunch of other kids that they've been doing these awakening procedures on, and all of them have powers, but they're like
Shit.
Just
so
the
bad.
worst. Like the little
Like,
girl who has like the 60% correction rate on choosing the right card. And she's like, yeah, I did it again when she chose the right card.
The guy who's like, I'm a master of the flame, but he can just create like the tiniest little fire.
And
It's
Ritsu's
so
like,
funny.
yeah, like he's just commenting on in his head whenever he sees him. He's like, that's worse than a lighter. Oh, so a 50% chance. Oh, that's worse than a telephone call to the two brothers.
He's like, could have been an email.
But it does create like a good setup for Ritsu, because again, Ritsu is like very smart, and he has had this like really brief heel moment of being really arrogant about having powers, And when they're all like kidnapped and together, he's given the opportunity to sort of like work with them and see value in what they can do.
Yeah.
Which I liked.
And then it goes, into something else that I didn't realize until I was like reading a little bit about it. It was like the 100% rates are different emotions that he's reaching.
Yes.
I didn't realize that until after, because
It's
dubbed one
purposefully
never
unclear,
captured it.
I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and like gives him different powers, I think. Like the different emotional states give him different powers. Because I'm reading the wiki, just like summary of each episode as we go through, and it's like the next one is talking about is Ritsu stays behind when he covers the escape for the kids because they go to rescue the kids that were all captured, and he's later found beaten and unconscious by Mob. When Mob attempts to psychologically break Ritsu, Mob enters 100% rejection state. And that shatters Muto's mind, leaving them both unconscious. Meanwhile, Dimple's attempt to deceive Matsuo fails, resulting in his capture. Which leads us to the last two episodes, basically.
So what
after that.
Another moment that really clicked for me was just before this, when the first adult Esper, I forgot his name, the one in the hoodie and the piercings in his lip. That fight out on the street, when you actually get to see Mob really get pissed off against another human. That was one of the moments where I'm like, okay, this show is extremely special. When he's like, it's the first time I think it might be the first time he actually talks when he's in the 100% mode as well. He's like, and his voice is completely, I'm assuming the same.
Oh, is it the first time he's conscious when he goes into that mode?
Yeah. Like you can see his eyes open, and his facial structure is like solo leveling. His fucking face is completely different when he's in that mode.
Everything about him was black and white except his eyes were red.
Yeah. That fight I've rewatched so many times because this is so damn good.
It's so good.
And it stays this level throughout all 3 seasons of like animation.
It's incredible the whole way through.
I'm so excited. Are we just going to
do that next? Is that the
next episode?
Better than season 1.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
really,
I've almost
say
season 2
better
again,
than season 1. Well, if season 1 looks like this and they just got more money, fucking it better look better.
I mean, it looks about the same, but just the story and the progression of it.
Gotcha.
Like, there's one episode in season 2 called Reagan's Birthday, which is like so good. It's like it's like one of the most emotional, like kind of just episodes. Not sad or happy, just like I really like that episode.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, in regards to like the hitting 100, right? I think it is all supposed to give the impression or understanding that like Mob isn't very in tune with his emotions, right? He doesn't know how to regulate. And so whether it's anger or sadness or any of these things, he doesn't know how to like properly acknowledge them and like accept that they're happening. So he spirals. No matter what the emotion is. If it's like a big emotion, he spirals into it, and kind of, that feeling when you get like really mad or really upset and you feel yourself start to like not really be aware of where you are, like
your vision
you're
just kind of goes
getting so deep in your own brain. Yep. I think it's meant to be like an anime version, interpretation of that feeling.
On rewatch, you can see that immediately with the lol cult, when he's like, just laugh, like, and because Mob doesn't have these emotions of humor, he's never really laughed at anything. I don't think you ever see him laugh at anything like humorous throughout the whole series.
No, not in episode 1.
Yeah, like when
you see him
Dimple's
smile
like, just
only
laugh.
when you only really see him smile when he's proud of, excited for his brother. Really?
Yeah. It's like it's never like he finds something funny. But I really liked in that episode when he challenges him to the milk drinking contest where you have to make the opposite, like laugh, and Mob's on his way out, and they're like, I'll challenge you to drink milk and I'll make you laugh. And then it shows Mob immediately drinking the milk, and it just like captions, Mob really liked milk, so he accepted the challenge.
So the last 2 episodes of them getting out of 7th Division, this is where Reagan shows up. He's been tracking Mob's phone. He arrives at 7th Division and is mistaken by the guards for the leader of the Claw. And
last 2 episodes are so good. I'm just remembering now.
It's like someone has 99% in luck and like charm, and that's his 2 things. And it's just, I love
Just
it.
put everything in charisma.
Yeah.
So good.
It's Reagan is like, God, he's like, I don't know if he's my favorite character, but he's so goddamn close if he's not. He's so well done.
I'd love to hear like your take after season 2 to see like
I
where
want-
the characters
Yes.
like fall into place. Yeah.
So yeah, he literally persuades low-level members to abandon the organization. Like he uses the misunderstanding to help the awakening subject just escape. And then meanwhile, Mob, Teru, and Ritsu are trapped in a power suppressing room while Regan frees them, and their escape is blocked by division leader Ishiguro and the 3 remaining scars. And that's where Regan learns Mob broke his promise by using his powers on people and advises them to flee rather than fight, prioritizing his well-being over guilt. And as Mob nears a state of 100% murderous intent, Reagan calmly talks him down, urging self-preservation. And then you see a flashback that shows their first time meeting when a young Mob sought Reagan's help to control his abilities. And suddenly Sakurai strikes Reagan down from behind, shocking Mob and unleashing his full power 100%. End of episode 11, leaving for a huge cliffhanger for the last goddamn episode. I remember being like, well, thank God I don't have to wait for this shit. I just click and play.
That's the second time you see that conversation, because the initial time was when Dimple gets exercised by Teru.
Right.
Oh, that's
and
right.
he's like
that's
thinking
right.
back of it, and then they have that conversation about Reagan telling him not to use his special powers are just like any other sort of power that other people have, like BO and good at English and whatever. And then it shows that Reagan said it, and Dimple's like, man, that loses a lot of meaning when you realize Reagan said it. And then you get it again at the end, just before you assume that Reagan carks it, but obviously he doesn't.
And the next episode literally opens up showing Reagan miraculously unharmed, learning that that's a manifestation of Mob's 1000% gratitude power, kind of like funneled his power into Regan, stemming from Regan's earlier advice
on his cheeks, and all the power converted into him.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, just like pap, and then he got it. And after overpowering Ishiguro, Reagan rebukes the scars for their superiority complex, insisting that the Espers are still human. Yes, please, Dodger.
Can we pause for just a second?
Please, yes.
Because I remember watching this. I would love to know, did you think that maybe Reagan had
powers? I thought he had powers.
That like opened up once he was about to die?
Yep. I thought he had powers immediately.
No,
and obviously,
but I thought the enemies maybe didn't, and they were just like clowns with like magic tricks and stuff. And Reagan didn't have any of the Esper shit, so he just saw right through it. But yeah, it's I can see why you might assume. Reagan
I remember
powers.
when I first watched this, and I was
like, oh, he's not a con man. I was like, no, he is a con man.
He's 100% a con
yeah,
man.
I was kind of disappointed, because I was like, I really love the existence of this like kind of, you know, this adult figure in Mob's life who is just a fucking normal weird guy.
Kind of shitty, but like golden hearted shitty.
Yeah, I was like, we already had, you know, he had Ritsu as kind of a normal person that loved him a lot, but Ritsu got powers. And I was like, Reagan's also gonna get powers. So I loved that in the end, that's not what happened at all.
No, it's like Reagan is just an adult, and that's to kids. That's like sometimes that's all you need to look up to. Like all the Teru and Ritsu and Mob are all there looking at, you know, Reagan do his thing, and they're like, oh, that's why he's a master. And I love Reagan be like, man, I'm on top of my game today, as he's just deflecting all these like atomic bomb bubbles.
Fully believes his own bullshit though. Like that, I think that like very telling of who he is like, oh, he believes that he is as powerful as he thinks he is. Like, okay, like that's like I remember the early episode where he had like salt punched a ghost, and the ghost fully believed he was getting salt punched for a second.
Yeah,
and then he was like, wait a minute.
That didn't do anything.
Yeah. And I'm like, but that's confidence, baby. That's how far confidence can get you.
Yep.
Yeah, eventually his powers kind of subside, and his borrowed powers rather. Oh shit, I lost where I was. And Mob counters after overpowering Ishiguro, Reagan rebukes the scars for the superiority complex and insisting that Espers are still human. His words reach Sakurai and Muraki? I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. But Ishiguro rejects this, asserting Esper supremacy. Mob counters that psychic abilities do not equate to popularity, provoking Ishiguro to attempt destroying the entire facility, as one does. As Reigen's borrowed power fades, Shu abruptly appears and defeats Ishiguro, revealing he was sent by his father, Claw's leader, before departing. Then Dimple escapes and subdues Matsuo, and the group resumes normal life during a later search for the mythical Tsuchinoko. Reigen collects mushrooms while Mob exercises a spirit alleged to be the creature, though Reigen maintains it does not exist.
It cracks me up that that's the episode they end on.
Yeah.
They were like, but just as a reminder, they're just back to doing their bullshit. Like they're just back to being like kids looking for weird stuff and having a nice time. That's the goal.
There's the one season 2 kind of tease in there with the orange hair kid and the claw.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the big claw. So there is that little drop of like, this is going to happen next time, which I liked.
Well, I think that season 2 and 3 should probably just be next episode at this point.
I don't think we should break.
No, I don't want to break from it.
Those 2 seasons up. Yeah, because
I agree. So we'll just say that right now. If you guys want to
literally do season 1, season 2, season 3 in a row, I'm happy to do that.
yeah. We'll do that next. Then we'll just do season 2 and season 3 for the next episode. 100% like fucking accolades to the first season. Like as we wrap up like our discussion on it. I think that's one of the things that made Dan to Dan so special, that's made this so special. That even makes Chainsaw Man, a lot of the anime so special recently, other than the beautiful art, is their willingness to just consistently forego cliches in a satisfying way. Like not going the evil brother. Like this show consistently brought up things that could have, in any other anime or any other show, would have just gone in the direction you expected. Evil brother, it's going to be whatever. Or even the way the last episode ends. And I appreciate that they're just like, no, it's not. And it's going to be kind of not what you expect, but in a touching way that makes sense. And it makes the story and the characters more interesting as a whole. So, I don't know, ramble aside.
I'd be really interested to see, like, because I know you hadn't watched a lot of new, or if any, new anime, Mathas, to see
not
like
really
your top 5 after watching like a bunch of, just maybe at the end of the year, like, from everything we've seen, like get your tier list of like the best to, the 5th.
Yeah, I would love to do that because it's been banger after fucking banger is the problem. Like everything we've watched has been good. Like
a lot of this stuff, it's very rare that all 3 of us are going in blind. So it's always like, oh, this one is sick, or I've heard good things about this. So yeah, there's probably going to get a point, maybe not with Dukes, where we run out of anime that we've seen and we're like,
maybe not.
I think we're going to have to go for a little while longer to get through all Doog's watch list that she's seen. But
for last year, I think maybe like for 2025, I was to randomly pull one. Odd Taxi was maybe my favorite.
Yeah, that was
Odd Taxi was really special.
And that just came out of nowhere as well. Like
it really was. It was such a special show. But man, Mob Psycho was phenomenal. 100% recommend, like 9 out of 9 psychic Esper powers. Go watch this. And next episode then will be seasons 2 and 3. We'll just make that the next long one and we'll crush through it. I'll probably watch it in like a week and a half. I've also watched
all of Gaichakuda, so I'd like to talk.
I've
seen all of it already, so probably don't leave that one too long because I'll start forgetting, but maybe after season 2 and 3.
I watched the first 2 episodes of that, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm up to 22.
I don't know what that is.
So.
It was the one of the new anime that we had talked about doing.
Okay. Well, when we do that, then you'll have to remind me. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. You guys 100% recommend, obviously, Mob Psycho. You guys have both seen it before, right? Before we even went into this.
Yeah.
It's great. And if you've watched the anime, but you've never looked at the original webcomic, you should check it out. It's fun to see what the like beginning point was for Mob Psycho. And if you stick with it, you see the art like improve over time. It's really inspirational. If you're somebody who just sits around thinking about stories or comics and being like, but I'm not a good enough artist yet. Like
constantly
go look at how these stories started with One and his art, because it really does make you go, if I have a story to tell, I should just do it. It's great.
You have me so interested as to what early One Punch Man looks like. I'm so curious as to how bad that might actually look. On that though, thank you guys.
Careful though, because people love the original art. They find it very pure and enchanting. So if you're like, but it's bad,
maybe it is.
They'll come for you.
I'm gonna look immediately after this.
You should.
The original One Punch Man art. I'm just gonna Google it. Oh wow. Okay.
Or Mob Psycho. Yeah, look at the art from Mob Psycho
no, but
when
like
it first started.
that's damn, dude. That's I can draw like that, so that's not bad. All right,
That's
we
what
can
I'm
do
saying.
this.
Anybody can write a story, dude. Anybody can make a comic.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That looks just like my high school art, bro. Maybe a little bit better.
Tell you
Like,
what, this year will be Anime Cult's first manga that we make.
Oh yeah,
Here we go.
completely free. So like
We'll
just
draw
gonna
a
do it
page
ourselves.
each, and you'll really see the differences.
Perfect. Let's do it.
I love that. All right, thank you all so much for listening to us babble about anime. Next episode, Mob Psycho 100, seasons 2 and 3. Thank you guys for just supporting us and listening to the show. We appreciate you. We love you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.